How much do you see, and what's your opinion on clitoral massages? Like people who breed the cow and then after the breeding, they will massage the clitoris of the cow.
This is another great question because you find two camps. You find some people who were taught how to breed cows, and this was the end step. The end step was clitoral massage, and then that is the belief that it would provide an oxytocin release, and also that would help with some smooth muscle contractions and hopefully increased fertility. The data that I have seen is not very convincing, and it is a very small sample size. So it's not, I kind of have to preface that or also add in addendum, I guess, that it wasn't the way I was taught. I was taught, go ahead and breed the cow in a calm and efficient manner, and be gentle. And then when you're done, move on to the next cow. But if we look from a scientific and an academic aspect, the data that I remember reading is from very small data set. And while they did show a statistical difference, it wasn't compelling, I guess, enough for me to include it in the schools that I have. I guess that's pretty much where I'll go with that. But it is something we shouldn't ignore because it is something that is still taught. Mm-hmm. And I still see it. I still see it constantly. And I certainly don't tell people to stop because it has not been shown to lead to a decrease in fertility. It has not. So there's no reason if they want to take an extra second or two and do that, no problem.
Yeah, definitely. I think there is a larger study with beef cattle.
Okay.
That Dr. Cook is in the study, and maybe 1,000 animals or closer to that. And it doesn't show any difference, but as you said, it doesn't show a decrease. Right. And so what I find out is like people feel good when they do this. And so I say, well, you know, if you have a happy technician, he's probably gonna breed better cows. So
and you know what, that is that's an excellent point. I think again, I would agree with you. I would agree that there's no evidence that it causes any decrease in fertility. So yeah, if it makes sense to the technician because this is how they learned, this is a belief that it's going to potentially help fertility, it takes a second, and there's no harm in that. And I'm glad you mentioned the study by Dr. Cook, and I will seek that out and see what Dr. Cook has to say. I've enjoyed his studies in the past.